today I'm going to be telling you about the hottest area over the last couple years in Tuscaloosa County. It's a segment of Northport. So Northport is on one side of the river, Tuscaloosa is on the other side of the river. Northport has been the hottest part of Tuscaloosa County, but there's a section of Northport that's been even hotter than the rest of Northport, and that's the Northside school zone. You won't see Northside listed on a map. There's not a Northside, Alabama, but there is a Northside school zone. And in today's video, I want to tell you about that area, and these are the top 5 reasons to live in the Northside area. Hey, thanks for checking out this channel. I hope that the videos on this channel are able to help you decide whether moving to Tuscaloosa County is a good fit for you or not. You know, I have people reaching out to me every single day that are watching these videos, that are thinking about taking a job here, thinking about relocating here, and they just want to chat. So if that's you, by all means, watch the other content on the channel. But one of the fastest and easiest ways to get an answer is just click on my contact info. It's all over this page. You can reach out to me by email, you can call me, you can set up a video chat. A link to my calendar is in the description below. So feel free to just hit that, set up a time on your calendar that matches a time that's available on my calendar. Let's talk about what you're looking to do, and I'd love to help you either make that decision to move here or maybe to not move here. And if you're getting some value from these videos and from this channel, please go ahead and hit that like button on this video, subscribe to the channel, and hit that bell so that you get notified anytime a new video is published on this channel. They tell me that helps other people who are looking for content like this. If you hit that like button and subscribe to the channel, it lets them know that the videos I'm putting out might be worth them taking a look into. So if you could help me in that way, that'd be great. Reason number 1 is the school zone, okay? Now, Northside schools, there's an elementary school, a middle school, and a high school. They're not the most up-to-date buildings. They're a little bit older compared to some of the newer stuff in town, like Tuscaloosa County Highs, a lot newer. Sipsey Valley is newer, Bryant High School is newer, there's some others out there as well. But what people really like about the Northside school zone is there's not a bunch of elementary schools feeding into the middle school. There's not a bunch of middle schools feeding into the high school. So there's one elementary school, Walker Elementary, there's one middle school, Northside Middle School, and there's one high school, Northside High School. So in theory, your child could start in kindergarten and go from kindergarten all the way through high school with the same group of kids, okay? They won't be going like when I went to, and there's nothing wrong with this, but when I went to middle school at Riverside Middle School, which is in Northport, when I went there, there were 4 or 5 other elementary schools that were all going there, and all of a sudden, you know, I'm in classes with people I didn't know, kids I didn't know. When I went to County High, Tuscaloosa County High, much bigger school, it's a 7A school, the biggest classification in the state, I graduated with people that I'd never even seen before. So what people like about the Northside school zone is that it's in Tuscaloosa County, it's got that small town feel, and your kids can go to school with the same group of kids all the way from kindergarten through high school, and so it just creates that small town feel that people like. It's not overwhelming. It's you know, it's just, some people like that, some people don't. I don't personally think there's a right or a wrong. Again, I love Riverside Middle School, I love Tuscaloosa County High School, but some people want to be part of a smaller community. And so that's what people like about the schools in Northside. Reason number 2, there's not many neighborhoods in the Northside school zone. What I mean by that, you know, picture your, you know, 3-bedroom, 2-bath neighborhood with 100 houses that are basically just alike. You pull in, it's just house after house after house We really don't have much of that in the Northside school zone. Most of the people that live up there, they live on a half acre of land, they live on an acre of land, they live on 10 acres of land, but you don't have a ton of subdivisions or neighborhoods up there. And so you've got a whole community of people living together, going to school together, commuting to town together, that all like that country lifestyle. They don't like the cookie cutter neighborhood subdivision type life. Now, there are a few of those neighborhoods, and as population continues to go north, there will be more of those neighborhoods. But for right now, if you're wanting to have the amenities of being close to Tuscaloosa and Northport, but you still want to be on the outskirts of town, you want to be, on a little bit of land, you don't want to walk out your door and 10 feet away is another house, Northside is a very attractive school zone for people looking for that kind of thing. Reason number 3 is Lake Tuscaloosa. Now, Lake Tuscaloosa is not exclusive to the Northside school zone, but I would wager that the majority of the lake, as far as the shoreline goes, is in the Northside school zone. Now, there are parts of Tuscaloosa, the 35406 zip code, which is like the premier zip code to be in Tuscaloosa County. That's where Nick Saban lives. That's where, a lot of people that are really successful want to be in the 35406 zip code. There are lake houses in that zip code. There are lake houses in, the Huntington and Northport elementary school zone, but the vast majority of the lake is north, and most of that is going to be the houses that would be on the lake, and the houses that are going to be close to the lake, most of them are going to be in the Northside school zone. So if you're into boating, if you're into skiing, wakeboarding, kneeboarding, riding on a tube, getting out on your pontoon boat, going for a swim. If you're a fisherman like me and my family, we love to fish. We've got a pontoon boat too. We love to go out on a pontoon boat as well. If you're wanting to live on the water or close to the water, so I don't live on the water, but I'm about 1 mile from the boat ramp. So any afternoon I can leave work, I can hook my boat up, and I can take my fishing boat and put it in, or I've got a pontoon boat in a boat slip sitting there in the water ready to go. So if being close to the lake is something that's important to you, like it is for me, I could not even consider not living close to a lake or a river. I love it so much. It's one of my favorite pastimes. So for me, being in the Northside school zone, which is where I live, I'm very, very close to town, 15 or 20 minutes from town, but I'm also very close to Lake Tuscaloosa. Reason number 4 is the restaurants and the shops. Now, if you're watching this, you're local, you're like, Phil, there's not many restaurants and shops up in Northside. You know what? You're exactly right. There's not, but there's a couple, okay? And so if you've watched my other videos about good areas to live on the outskirts of town, some of those areas didn't really have a whole lot to offer once you're there. There might be one shop, one store, one place where you could go get food. So what I'm envisioning is if you're working in Tuscaloosa, if you're working in Northport, but you live in Northside, you're gonna pass a ton of restaurants on the way up there. You're gonna pass multiple grocery stores, Publix, Winn-Dixie, Meat Depot, Walmart Neighborhood Market are all gonna be on your way. If you work in Tuscaloosa and you live in Northside, you're gonna pass a lot of those on your way home. So it's real quick to pull in to any of those, grab something on the way home, and it's on the way. Now, what happens if it's on the weekend, you're not at work? There's still some places in Northside where you can go get some things. There's a really good Dollar General there, okay? It's better, bigger than an average Dollar General. There are some grocery items in there. It's not a ton. It's not a full-fledged grocery store by any means. But if you're on the weekend, you're wanting to just take it easy, you don't want to come all the way into town to go buy groceries, you can, stop in Dollar General and get you something there. Again, couple places to eat up there. You've got Pastor's Kitchen, which is a really popular Mexican place. They actually have a location further into Northport as well, and they've got one in Northside. You've got Big Bunts and More there at the four-way, we call it the crossroads. So you can get bunt cakes there, which if you've never had a bunt, B-U-N-D-T, bunt cakes. If you've never had one, you got to check it out. They also serve breakfast and lunch there, so it's a popular spot for teachers to stop in there, parents to stop in there, grab something to eat before or after you drop your kids off at school in Northside. They also have a lunch menu. They also serve coffee there. Across the street at the other gas station, you've got, some breakfast stuff there. You can stop there, get a biscuit in the morning. You can stop and get some chicken or a burger for lunch. Again, what you'll learn in Alabama, in this area, some of the best food is in a gas station. So you've got that, and then if you go a little bit further north, past the school, you've got Big Al's Diner, really, really popular place, been open forever, and it's just a great local place to stop in for lunch or dinner. Their hours are kind of weird, so check it out before you go up there. But in Northside, there's at least a couple places to eat, a couple places to stop in and buy some groceries. But on the way up there, you're gonna have a ton of stuff to pick from. Reason number 5 is it's a close and it's an easy proximity to Tuscaloosa or Northport. It's an easy drive. If you're wanting to have a 20 to 30 minute commute max, you want to be on the outskirts of town, but you need to commute to your job in Tuscaloosa, in Northport, you can do that from the Northside School Zone in most cases. There's some that are going to be further out, some that are going to be a little bit harder. You might be pushing 40 minutes depending on that. But it's an easy commute into town. There's not a ton of jobs in the Northside School Zone. Like, there's not a bunch of employers there. So the vast majority of people who live there are commuting to town, whether that's to Northport, to Tuscaloosa, even to Fayette, which is kind of northwest of the Northside School Zone in another county. It's a great commuter city. It's a popular place for those that are wanting to be on the outskirts of town. They want to enjoy the lake life. They want to enjoy the small town life. They want to have their kids in a good school zone. Those are the reasons why somebody would move to Northside. And hey, that's the top 5 reasons to live in the Northside School Zone. Again, if you have any questions, you're thinking about making a move, you've got a specific question that hasn't been addressed in any of the videos on my channel here, feel free to reach out. Call me, text me, email me, or book a video chat. Talk to you soon.